Here, I'm Dewandani Irita Desiria would like to present about Amazon success and failures, which means how Amazon company can rises from failure, and there are many more that I will discuss during this presentation. Here, there are some key points that I would like to discuss, which the first is about the short biography of CEO and founder of Amazon. He is Jeff Bezos. And the second, we will talk about history of Amazon, how Amazon was first established and still lasts today. And the third, I will talk about the failures experienced by Amazon companies, which in this case all companies must experience failures, where failure can be trigger for the company to be better. The fourth is talking about the success of Amazon, which strategies and efforts made to awaken Amazon from failure. It can be also a conclusion. One, Jeff Bezos, by name of Jeffrey Preston Bezos, born January 12, 1964, Albuquerque, New Mexico, U.S., American entrepreneur who played a key role in the growth of e-commerce as the founder and chief executive officer of Amazon.com Inc., an online merchant of books and later of a wide variety of products. Under his guidance, Amazon became the largest retailer on the World Wide Web and the model for internet sales. To early life and career. While still in high school, Bezos developed the Dream Institute, a center that promoted creative thinking in young students. After graduating, 1986, summa cum laude from Princeton University with degrees in electrical engineering and computer science, he undertook a series of jobs before joining the New York investment bank D. E. Shaw & Co. in 1990. Soon named senior vice president, the firm's youngest, Bezos was in charge of examining the investment possibilities of the Internet. Its enormous potential web usage was growing by more than 2,000% a year, sparked his entrepreneurial imagination. In 1994 he quit D. E. Shaw and moved to Seattle, Washington, to open a virtual bookstore. Working out of his garage with a handful of employees, Bezos began developing the software for the site. Named after the South American river, Amazon sold its first book in July 1995. 3. Personal life. In 1993 Bezos married Mackenzie Tuttle, whom he had met at D. E. Shaw. The couple announced in January 2019 that they were divorcing, and the following day the National Enquirer printed a story revealing that Bezos was having an affair with another woman. Bezos subsequently launched an investigation into how the tabloid had obtained his private text messages. Then, in February, he posted a lengthy essay online in which he accused officials at American Media Incorporated, AMI, the parent company of the Enquirer, of extortion and bribery for suggesting that they would release nude photographs of Bezos if he did not stop his inquiry, amid other demands. The Bezos-led investigation later alleged that his lover's brother had leaked the texts. One, we will talk about who is Jeff Bezos. Entrepreneur and e-commerce pioneer Jeff Bezos is the founder and CEO of the e-commerce company Amazon, owner of the Washington Post and founder of the space exploration company Blue Origin. His successful business ventures have made him one of the richest people in the world. Born in 1964 in New Mexico, Bezos had an early love of computers and studied computer science and electrical engineering at Princeton University. After graduation, he worked on Wall Street, and in 1990 he became the youngest senior vice president at the investment firm D. E. Shaw. 4 years later, Bezos quit his lucrative job to open Amazon.com, an online bookstore that became one of the Internet's biggest success stories. In 2013, Bezos purchased the Washington Post, and in 2017 Amazon acquired Whole Foods. 2. Here we will talk about his education. Bezos graduated summa cum laude from Princeton University in 1986 with a degree in computer science and electrical engineering. Bezos showed an early interest in how things work, turning his parents' garage into a laboratory and rigging electrical contraptions around his house as a child. He moved to Miami with his family as a teenager, where he developed a love for computers and graduated valedictorian of his high school. It was during high school that he started his first business, the Dream Institute, an educational summer camp for 4th, 5th, and 6th graders. 3. And the last we will talk about his family. Jeff Bezos was born on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, to a teenage mother, Jacqueline Guise Jorgensen, and his biological father, Ted Jorgensen. The Jorgensens were married less than a year. When Bezos was 4 years old, his mother remarried Mike Bezos, a Cuban immigrant. From the chart above we can conclude that founded on July 5, 1994, as an online book retailer, Amazon.com has expanded over the years to sell almost anything one can think of and is now one of the most valuable companies in the world. Despite the controversies it has been involved in, the company's managed to build an immense customer base, and a nice fortune for Jeff Bezos, who has just regained his spot as the second richest person on the planet. 23 years after it all began, let's take a look at how Amazon evolved into a multi-million-dollar business. The Amazon.com timeline illustrates important dates in the history of the giant, including acquisitions, successes, and other company milestones, as well as major product and service launches throughout the years. December 7, 2016, marks the day when Amazon Prime Air made its first successful drone delivery to an actual customer in the Cambridge area, UK. The drone used GPS to find its way and made it to the customer's address within just 13 minutes from placing the order. From the chart above we can conclude that founded on July 5, 1994, as an online book retailer, Amazon.com has expanded over the years to sell almost anything one can think of and is now one of the most valuable companies in the world. Despite the controversies it has been involved in, the company's managed to build an immense customer base, and a nice fortune for Jeff Bezos, who has just regained his spot as the second richest person on the planet. 23 years after it all began, let's take a look at how Amazon evolved into a multi-million-dollar business. The Amazon.com timeline illustrates important dates in the history of the giant, including acquisitions, successes, and other company milestones, as well as major product and service launches throughout the years. December 7, 2016, marks the day when Amazon Prime Air made its first successful drone delivery to an actual customer in the Cambridge area, UK. The drone used GPS to find its way and made it to the customer's address within just 13 minutes from placing the order. There are 10 Amazon's biggest failures. 1. Fire Phone. The Fire Phone is arguably Amazon's biggest flop. Amazon first released its smartphone in July 2014, but it just couldn't quite compete against iPhones and Androids. At one point Amazon tried selling it for 99 cents, and it still didn't work. Eventually Amazon wrote off a $170 million loss from the phone, and as of September, the phone was no longer available for purchase on Amazon.com. 2. Destination. This project was even shorter-lived than the Fire Phone. This past April, Amazon decided to dive into the travel industry and sell hotel deals through a microsite called Destinations. On October 13, Amazon decided that dive wasn't working so well and shut it down. 3. Amazon Local. Amazon launched a hub for local deals back in 2011. The idea is similar to Groupon and Living Social, which have also been struggling. This October, Amazon announced that it would be shutting down Amazon Local on December 18. 4. Amazon Wallet. Just 6 months after launching its mobile wallet, Amazon pulled the plug on it at the start of 2015. The wallet let consumers store gift cards and loyalty cards on their phone to use for in-store and online purchase, but it did not store credit or debit cards. While Amazon still facilitates online payments through Pay with Amazon, it doesn't have a consumer-facing wallet like Apple or Google for now at least. 5. Amazon Local Register. Local Register was a recent attempt to help small merchants accept credit cards using a mobile card processing device. The product was similar to Square's and PayPal's, but never quite took off, and Amazon finally said it would be discontinuing the product as of February 2016, barely over a year after its initial launch. 6. Iskville, this precursor to Quora and rival to Yahoo Answers, was introduced by Amazon in 2006. The question and answer site was shut down in 2013, but you can still see the archived posts here. Seven. Music Importer. Amazon launched the Music Importer in 2012 to let users upload any songs they had downloaded on their computer to create an online library. The company later introduced Prime Music, though, a streaming service similar to Spotify and Pandora that made Music Importer obsolete. Amazon officially killed Music Importer in October. 8. Test Drive. This service, not to be confused with Amazon's cloud service called AWS Test Drive, was introduced in 2011 and let users test out an app before buying it in the Amazon App Store. Amazon shut this project down in April, citing a decline in usage and an increase in popularity of the free-to-play business model. 9. Amazon WebPay. Like PayPal's, PYPL, GetReport, Venmo, WebPay let users send money to friends for free. Amazon introduced the service way back in 2007, but decided to shut it down in October 2014 as more and more companies were introducing similar services. 10. Endless.com. Amazon launched this site in 2007 as a marketplace specifically for high-end clothing, shoes, handbags, jewelry, and watches. In 2012, Amazon folded the site into Amazon Fashion so that it could further expand into fashion under one roof. In 2012, Amazon folded the site into Amazon Fashion so that it could further expand into fashion under one roof. One. Amazon success, selection factor. So if you want to have the world's largest store, you must have the world's best selection. But this is easier said than done. In any store or product line, a small number of products will make the most margin and the most money while many others make very little or none at all. This is known as 1.1. The fathead versus long tail problem. It might sound tempting to limit your product selection to those high-demand, high-ticket items as these generate the most profit. The problem is that we don't buy high-ticket items every day, and when we do, we buy them from a retailer that we know and trust. And the only way to build trust is through a series of consistent and positive shopping experiences. Amazon wants to earn your loyalty so that you buy everything there. 1.2. The solution. A platform like no other. Amazon's success depends on the fact that it is two very different but seamlessly integrated shopping places at once, a store, like Walmart, with vendors providing product to Amazon, and a marketplace, like eBay, with sellers selling direct to consumer. 2. Amazon's success, price factor. Because the price is such an important part of a consumer's experience, their aim is to have the lowest price on the internet. And they are succeeding. The buy box fosters competition within the platform to keep it low. 2.1. What is the buy box? Despite hosting a variety of sellers, Amazon has succeeded in having a tidy user interface. Each unique product has only one product page despite representing several listings. When a user clicks buy, they are selecting to purchase from the seller who has won the buy box, red. 2.2. How do sellers win the buy box? The particulars are proprietary, but we know the ultimate win is based on three factors in roughly this order: A. Price, B. Rating, C. Delivery speed. 3. Amazon success, delivery factor. Creating a consistent and reliable shopping experience which is second to none means making sure the product is delivered quickly as often as possible. This is a pain point for many businesses. A business may have little, or no, infrastructure in place to make this possible, whether they are accustomed to selling only in large shipments B2B, or a very small business operating from their own home B2C. Despite these diverse circumstances, most users will not make the distinction between items sold by Amazon and marketplace purchases. That means if Amazon wants a consistent result, this shipping strategy must also be applied to seller products. Amazon Flywheel is about what set Amazon apart is the long-term strategy for success, even in the face of the relatively short-term loss of profit. For perspective, it took Amazon 14 years to make as much as they did last quarter. Because they wanted to be the biggest, they had to be the best, and to be the best, they had to become the biggest. Here's how they did it. 1. This logic or mechanism perpetuating growth is called the Amazon Flywheel. Let's start with customer experience. If customers have a great and consistent shopping experience on the platform, they will reliably return to it and even suggest it to their friends. This creates traffic. 2. Sellers will certainly follow traffic. They need to put their products in front of the eyes of consumers. 3. More sellers means more product selection. 4. More product selection means a better customer experience. They have everything. With these 4 elements feeding the growth of the platform, you now have economies of scale. Meaning lower cost structure, leading to lower prices, which again ultimately will feed the growth cycle by offering customers the best customer experience. You may have noticed a trend. Amazon's success is built on serving the customer and the customer only. We can conclude that Amazon can be successful due to 1. Amazon succeeded in building a consumer paradise. They charge much less and promise much more than other stores and platforms, the best selection by combining a retail business with a marketplace business, the best price by using the buy box, and the quickest delivery by offering FBA to their sellers. The success strategy flywheel means that the more successful Amazon is, the more successful they are likely to become. 2. With a current market share of 50% in the United States and growing, this e-commerce behemoth isn't going anywhere anytime soon. So what does this mean for Amazon sellers and vendors? 3. As Amazon becomes a more and more significant source of online sales, your brand should be positioned to grow in tandem. Understand Amazon's capacity to evolve, since they are at once a platform, seller, and brand. Think of Amazon as your extremely competitive friend, and remember that your potential to succeed is dependent on your ability to provide value in relation to their most important success metric, pleasing the customer. How Amazon succeeds by learning from failure. 1. A system for innovation is the backbone of a company. In 2014, Amazon acknowledged that the Amazon Fire Phone, its proprietary smartphone, was an utter disaster. The company wrote off over $170 million in inventory and pulled the Fire Phone from the market. It sounds horrible, laughable, and humbling. And it was. Although that big a failure is not a feat to admire, how Amazon.com manages, leads, and learns from failure provides a template to help others develop a system for innovation. How much to risk, how to keep bets small, and how to establish a process for innovation are the underlying areas to probe to build your innovation system. 2. Your innovation process. Before Amazon starts the journey of a new business, a new product, a significant new feature, a new geography, or any big change initiative, it starts with a deliberate set of activities, simultaneously outlining the overall vision, gaining clarity on exactly what the idea and customer experience will be, and helping to shape small, iterative projects that can be tested quickly in the market. Amazon's leadership principle number 7 is think big, but the ability to bet small is the other side of that coin. Yes, you need a big vision, a North Star. But the agile, hypothesis-driven disciplines to find product-market fit allows for affordable, repeatable, and superior results more than huge, monolithic investments in most situations. 3. Don't rush to scale. When Amazon was launching the Amazon Go store concept, the scaling beyond the first couple of stores was delayed because they had to get better results before being ready. A less aware organization could have easily rushed to scale. Now that the business model, operations, and the technology have been tested for a couple of years, Amazon plans to build thousands of Amazon Go stores. It's a smart guess that Amazon's other retail businesses such as Whole Foods will find ways to leverage the Amazon Go technology, but purpose-fitted for their customer and business. For the benefits of failure, was the Fire Phone a total failure? Yes, but as the saying goes, never waste a good crisis. From the bets that don't work, evaluate what to salvage and continue. Amazon would absolutely do it again because the scorched earth of the Fire Phone hatched the early germinations of critical capabilities and businesses that are now looking like another magical business for Amazon.